Hey everyone, welcome to class. This is Max. I'm back with another strength and stability flow. This is the fifth one in our series. If you're just joining us for the first time, then welcome. Otherwise, we have 4 other short strength and stability flows on my channel before this one and a little intro video. So if you skip those, feel free to go back and start those at any time. You don't have to do those in order to do this one, but just letting you know. I'm also releasing some longer classes. I filmed a few already, and they'll be out on my website shortly, so stay tuned for that. So today is a strong practice, stable practice, and it'll just be short practice, maybe about 30 minutes or so. So let's go ahead and get started. Join me seated on your mat. Find a comfortable seat. Nice long spine. You can feel free to close down the eyes if that feels good for you. And we'll take a moment to just get settled into the present moment before we begin moving. So once you've found your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you, sit up nice and tall, nice long spine, lengthen the back of the neck. Again, option to close down the eyes. Let's take 3 deep breaths just to help us drop into the present moment. So exhale everything out. Inhale all the way through the nose. Open the mouth side out. Seal the lips. Inhale, filling all the way up through the nose. Open the mouth side out. One more biggest breath yet. Inhale, filling all the way up. Hold for just a moment at the top. Open the mouth side out. Seal the lips. Continue breathing in and out through the nose. Slow, steady, even breaths. And let's take a moment to set our intention for today's short practice. So why are you here? Why are you practicing? What does yoga mean to you? Why do you want to be strong and stable? Once you've got that intention focused in your mind, you can feel free to blink open the eyes, and we'll start to get moving. So let's do some of our standard warm-up here. Let's meet in our tabletop position on the hands and knees, palms flat on the mat, and we'll start as we normally do with some cat-cow. So on your inhale, arching your back, looking up. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, gazing towards the navel. Inhale, arching the back, looking up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Flow through that a few more times on your own. And then find any organic movement. So move the hips around, move the spine around, whatever you need to do to get loosened up here. Doesn't matter what you look like. So this is a yoga practice, not a yoga performance. So it's important to keep that in mind today. There's no perfection. There's nothing that your postures should be looking like. It's all about what is this practice and how does it feel for you? How are you bringing your intention and your effort and your energy into the present moment and working on building your strength and stability from there wherever you are? So no worries if you can't do anything today or you can't do everything, all the poses. Just do your best, and that's what matters. All right, so we've done our cat-cow. So let's warm up the wrist. Bring the hands a little bit closer to the knees. You can tuck the toes under. Gently rocking forward and backwards. You may feel a little bit of a foot stretch as you rock backwards, and you'll feel it in the wrist as you go forward. No pain today, though. So back off if you feel any pinching in your joints or any pain. And you can find some circles on the wrists in one direction and then the other direction. So take your time, a few circles in each direction. And then when you're ready, walk the hands back out, continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. Let's flip the hands around. The palms are still flat on the mat, fingers pointing back towards the knees. From here, you can sway side to side again. You can rock backwards and forwards. And I like to bend one elbow, lifting that palm, and then the other, kind of going back and forth. Just seeing how my wrist feels today before we put some pressure on them. We're using our wrists as a base a lot, so we want to make sure they're feeling good before we put all that weight on them. All right, release the hands. Again, we'll flip the back of the palm down on the back of the hand onto the mat. And then again, same option, sway side to side, rock back and forward. Maybe find little mini circles. Just whatever feels good. Whatever makes you feel like your wrists are going to be warmed up and ready to go. Gently release the wrists, walking back to our neutral tabletop. So I think it was in the last strength and stability flow, we did our hovering hip circles, and we're going to bring that back because I really like that as both a hip warm-up and a core strengthener. So curl the toes under, lift the knees to a hover. Hovering tabletop, so just this is challenging. So if you're at the point where just hovering here is like really challenging, then try this for a little bit, and then you can set the knees back down when we do the hip circles. Or you can just try as much as possible, like, go as much as you can without hurting yourself here. So your core is engaged, pulling the belly button towards the spine. You may start to feel your core turning on already. From here, let's lift the right leg, keeping it bent behind us, and then finding our big, wide hip circles with the right leg. Left knee is still hovering, and we're still breathing our slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. Switch directions with your circle. All right, coming back to a hover, right leg lowers. Both knees are still hovering. Again, re-engage the core, pushing the ground away, lifting the left leg behind us, and then hip circles on the left side. And switch directions. And then lower that left foot down. Knees are still hovering. And then let's walk to plank. Once you get to your plank, see if you can really push your upper back to really round your upper back. And let's do a rock, leaning forward over the wrist as much as you can without hurting your wrist. And then back to plank. And then walk the hands back to hover. Hovering tabletop. Nice. Again, walking it out to plank. Slowly rocking forward as much as possible, coming up onto the toes. And then walking back to hover. Breathing here. And then once more, walking back out to plank. Rocking forward. And then coming back to our hovering tabletop. One round of breath here. And on your exhale, gently setting the knees down. So we're starting pretty difficult here. It was a nice, strong core warm-up. So from here, let's push back into our down dog. Go ahead, pedal out the legs. See if you can slow your breathing down again. So one knee bends as the other leg straightens. Switching back and forth as you slow the breath down, breathing in and out through the nose. When you've had enough of that, let's find some stillness in our down dog. Let's walk it back out to our plank. One round of breath here, inhaling. And as you exhale, lean your weight into your left hand, roll onto the side of the left foot for side plank. Right arm can lift up towards the sky. You can lower the left knee down if you need to. You can put your right foot in front of you if you need to for balance. If you're able to, see if you can stack your feet on top of each other. Breathing in your side plank. Option to lift the right leg, finding a starfish position here. Continuing to breathe. On your next exhale, right hand finds the mat. Back to plank. One round of breath here, inhaling. And as you exhale, shifting into side plank on the right side. Lifting the left arm. Engaging the core. Lifting the hips. Stable on that right shoulder. And if you feel good here, option to lift the left leg. As you exhale, left hand comes down, back to plank. From your plank, see if you can lift your right leg, stepping it to the right edge of your mat, upper right edge, and then step the left foot to the left edge. Sit down, finding your malasana, your yoga squat. So again, I say this each time, it's okay if you can't come down. It's okay if you need to lift the heels. Do what you need to do to find your malasana. See if you can lengthen your spine, lifting the crown of the head up towards the ceiling now. Breathing here, you can sway side to side. Again, slowing the breath down. From here, let's put our hands on the mat behind us, walking back to our reverse tabletop. So you're on the wrists, knees are bent, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips. Once you've found your stable position here, again, squeezing the glutes, lifting the hips, keep breathing. Getting a little activation in the back of the body and the hamstrings and glutes. On your inhale, let's slowly lower the hips down to a hover. And as you exhale, lifting and squeezing. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift and squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lifting and squeezing. Nice. Let's breathe here. One round. Exhale. All right, so now we're going to try something that will challenge your balance. It's a little bit harder than it even looks. So get stable, squeeze the glutes, engage your core, find your stability. And we're going to lift the right hand and the left foot and tap the right hand to the left foot, coming back to our table, reverse tabletop. And then again, lift the left hand, tap the right foot, back to tabletop. If you're struggling with balance, no worries. It takes a little while to get used to this one. We're just going to alternate and do this a few times on each side. So right hand taps left foot, left hand taps right foot. You really got to get stable before you think of lifting the hand and the foot. Right hand taps left foot, left hand taps right foot. Let's do that once more on each side. Right hand to left foot. Stabilize, left hand to right foot. Stabilize. Nice, let's hang out again. And our reverse tabletop, really squeezing the glutes to lift the hips this time. And then let's slowly lower down onto our hips. So our butt meets the mat. Let's lower down onto the elbows. So your elbows are down behind you, you're on your butt. Let's straighten the legs, engage the core, lifting the feet up. So from here, we'll inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, right leg lowers down. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale, left leg lowers down. Straight legs, exhale, lift. Right leg lowers, lift. Left leg lowers, lift. Right, left. Keep the core strong. You can do it. Lift. Right leg, lift. Left leg, lift. Let's hold here at the top. Let's lower both feet down to a hover and lift. Both feet lower and lift. Once more, both lower, lift, holding here. If you're struggling with this one, you may have a weak core or you may have weak hip flexors. Engage that core so we can work on that together. The more you do it, the better you'll be at it. So exhale to release the feet down. Take a moment to rest. Slowing your breathing down. Good job here. Let's rock forward to a seated position. Rolling over the hands. Back into our tabletop. Let's take another cat-cow. 2 cat-cows. Inhale, arch the back, look up. Exhale, rounding the spine. Just working out the spine. We did a lot of core work. We want to stay loose as well. All right, let's push back into our down dog. If you need to walk the feet out again, go ahead. Otherwise, find stillness. Let's take a couple of those cleansing breaths as we did at the beginning of class. Just to reset here. So exhale everything out. Inhale, filling all the way out through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Once more, inhale, filling all the way up. Open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Seal the lips. Back into your slow, steady nasal breathing. On your inhale, rocking forward to plank. And as you exhale, left foot steps to the left edge of the mat. Right foot steps to the right edge. Lower it down, again finding your malasana, your yoga squat. We're here for just a moment this time. Inhale, and as you exhale, find your forward fold. Let's hang here for just a moment. Option to grab opposite elbows. You can sway side to side. Let your head just kind of dangle. You can shake the head no, nod the head yes. Maybe keeping just a slight bend in the knees here. On your next exhale, release the hands to the floor. Inhale, lifting halfway, find a flat back. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Exhale, lower. Inhale, flat back, half lift once more, pinching the shoulder blades together. Exhale to lower. Inhale, rising all the way up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here to recall your intention, slowing your breath down, bringing your mind back to the why behind your practice. On your inhale, both arms come up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, stepping it back into your high plank and then lowering down through your chaturanga push-up. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale for down dog. Walk the feet together. Inhale, lifting the right leg for three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, slowly step the foot to the outside of the right hand, finding your lizard lunge. So left knee is still lifted. See if instead of being in this rounded position, you can find a little bit of a cobra with the upper back. So we're straightening out the spine. From here, right arm lifts, left leg lifts, kicks through straight left leg, hovering. And then exhale, stepping it back. Right hand comes down. Right foot meets the left foot at the back of the mat for plank. Exhale to lower for a chaturanga push-up. Inhale to push back to plank. Left leg steps to the left edge of the mat. Again, let's find that cobra upper back. Just enough to lengthen the spine and straighten ourselves out here. So right knee is lifted. We're in our cobra position. Both palms are down inside the left hand. Both palms are down inside the left foot. Right palm stays down. Lift the left arm. As you exhale, kicking that right leg forward, straight leg. Kick through here. Kicking it back. Palm comes down. Left leg steps to right. Lower down for a chaturanga push-up. And back to plank. Right foot steps outside the right hand. Left hand stays down. Right arm lifts. Left leg kicks through. And back to lizard. Back to plank. Exhale to lower for your push-up. Back to plank. Left leg steps to the left edge. Left arm lifts. Right leg kicks through. Straight leg. Kick back. Left palm down. Left leg meets the right. Lower for your push-up. Inhale, back to plank. Once more on each side. Right leg steps to the right side. Right arm lifts. Left leg kicks through. Left leg kicks back. Right palm lowers. Right foot meets the left. Exhale to lower for chaturanga. Inhale, back to plank. Left leg steps up to the top. Back in our lizard lunge. Left arm lifts. Right leg kicks through. Right leg comes back. Left palm down. Left foot meets the right. Back to plank. Exhale to lower for your chaturanga push-up. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale to down dog. Good job. That's a nice flow for mobility, for balance, and for strength. So slow the breathing down in your down dog. On your inhale, come onto your toes, bending the knees. And exhale, hop or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, slow the breath down. Take a moment here in between flows to recall your why, your intention. You're doing great. A little bit more to go before we cool things down. All right. So this time, release the hands down. Right leg steps all the way back onto the ball of the right foot. Lower the right knee down to a hover. So it's just hovering 1 or 2 or 3 inches above the mat. On your inhale, arms come up. Left hip comes back, right hip comes forward, finding this high lunge position. Breathing. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, keeping the back straight. Lift the arms, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, keep your core tight as you hinge at the hips, keeping your arms overhead, lowering into this pyramid-like position. Inhale, finding your balance, slowly rising back up. Balance challenge here. And as you exhale, lowering back into your hover. So the right knee's hovering. We'll do that once more on this side. Inhale to straighten the legs, reaching up. Exhale to hover, to hinge at the hips, arms overhead. Slowly hinging over that front leg, finding your stability. And as you inhale, rising back up. Exhale, lowering back to that hover. All right, this time let's straighten the back leg. And let's come into our warrior two. So the right foot spins all the way down, finding your warrior two.
Arms are parallel to the floor, core is engaged. See if you can pull your torso back a little bit. Gazing over the left fingertips, breathing here. Open the left knee out a little wider to the left. Sink a little lower on the exhale. Nice. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Left arm reaches back. And as you exhale, let's find our extended side angle. So you can bring the left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm comes up and over. Bicep right near your ear. Open your chest out to the right a little bit. Sit a little lower in that left leg. Nice. So from here, let's see if we can, instead of leaning all of our weight on our left forearm, see if you can lift that left forearm. If you want a little more, reach the left arm out. Again, opening the chest, sitting a little lower, breathing. On your inhale, again, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, let's step it back to the top of the mat. Left leg lifts, slowly stepping back onto the ball of the left foot this time. So same thing, other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, lower to a hover. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward, engaging the core. Breathing. As you inhale, straighten the legs. Lift the hands, lower the shoulders away from the ears. Core is engaged. And on your exhale, hinging over that hip, keeping the arms overhead, lowering down into a pyramid-like position. And then as you inhale, finding your balance, rising back up. As you exhale, lowering back to the hover. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower to a hover. Clean up the posture a little bit here. Breathing. This time as you inhale, straighten the left leg. And as you exhale, open into your warrior two. So left foot transitions down so it is parallel with the back of the mat. Arms are parallel with the floor. Open the right knee out to the right a little bit. Engage the core, pull the torso back just slightly. Gaze over your front fingertips. Inhale. And as you exhale, sink a little deeper into that front leg. Nice and strong in our warrior. On your inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes up overhead. And as you exhale, finding your extended side angle, left arm comes up and over. Open your chest to the left. Reaching the arm over. Left bicep is near the left ear. Sink a little bit lower. And for added challenge, see if you can lift that right arm. And maybe reach the right arm out overhead as well. Open the chest to the left a little more. Sink a little bit lower. Breathe. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And as you exhale, stepping it back to the top of the mat. Inhale, reaching both arms up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, stepping it back, flowing through your chaturanga push-up. Inhaling for up dog. Exhale for down dog. Let's rest a moment here, catching your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, slowing it down. On your inhale, come high into your toes, hop or step to the top of the mat. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. This time bend the knees, lower the butt down. Let's come all the way down onto the butt. So sitting on the butt, legs straight out in front of you. Engage the core to sit up nice and tall. So if you did the last strength and stability flow, you might remember these leg lift positions that we did last time. We're going to do a slight variation, but basically the same thing this time. So you can bring your fingertips to like a tented position on either side of your knees. Lock the legs, point the toes, sit up tall again, re-engage the core, and this time lift the feet. And now when we're lifted, we're going to pulse, just gently pulsing up and down. 3, 2, 1, lower. Inhale to reach up, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale to fold, grabbing hold of the toes, the feet, ankles, shins, whatever you can reach. On each inhale, finding length, and each exhale, folding. Breathing here. We'll do 2 more rounds of those pulses. So stay in your forward fold for a moment. If it was too hard on the pulses, you can always walk your hands back, closer to your hips, behind your knees. That makes it a little bit easier. And if that was too easy for you, then you can walk your hands forward towards your heels a little bit more. So release, sitting back up. So again, hands outside the knees is the good reference point. It'll make it a little easier if you sit back, and much harder, like if you put your hands way out by your ankles and try to lift your feet, the angle is just a lot more difficult. So find whatever you need for this to be challenging for you. I'm going to stick with the hands on either side of the knees. So again, straighten the legs, point the toes, sitting up nice and tall, lift the legs, and pulse. Pulse the feet up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, finding your forward fold. We got 1 more round of those. And then that is the last strong part of our class. So pat yourself on the back. You've made it this far. You're doing great. On your next inhale, rising up, engaging the core, reaching up, point the toes, straight legs. Hands can come down, find your position here. Again, re-engage the core, and then let's lift the feet for the last time and pulse. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, forward fold. So what that position and exercise is doing is strengthening your core. It's also strengthening your hip flexors and your quads, which if you sit a lot, can get really weak and tight. So a lot of times, especially if you sit a lot, which I do, and most of us do, then you might feel like the front of your hips in your hip flexor area is really tight. And so you try to stretch it out, which is good, but really, it's just really weak. And so getting some strengthening, targeting that area with strength is really good for your hips. So on your inhale, release. All right. Let's bend the legs, crossing over, and come all the way onto our bellies. So I also like to do these cobra lifts at the end of class because we focus so much on the front of our bodies. We want to make sure we're strengthening the back body as well. So your lower back, mid back, upper back, all of that. So palms are flat underneath the shoulders. Inhale to lift the upper body using your back strength. So you can hover the hands here.
We're not using our arms to push ourselves. On your exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Once more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, feet come together. This is optional. You can keep doing the cobra lifts if you want to, or you can lift the upper body, lift the feet, lift the arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're trying to touch your elbows together behind your back. Lift your feet. Find length in the back of your neck. Breathing here. Remember to breathe. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck. Squeeze the shoulders together. You can stay here, or if you want even more, arms reach overhead. And then as you exhale, pulling like you're doing a pull-up. Inhale to reach. Exhale to pull. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Once more, inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. And lower down. Nice back strengthening there. So push up onto your knees. You can walk your knees out as wide as your mat. Slowly lowering your hips towards your heels. Walking the hands out, gently setting the forehead down on the mat for our child's pose. So good job, friends. You made it. You finished class. See if you can stay here for a minute. Breathing through the nose, slowing things down. If you feel more comfortable lying flat on your back in Shavasana, you can go ahead and transition to that now, or you can just take this child's pose for as long as feels comfortable to you. So you've challenged yourself physically and mentally today. You set an intention and you returned your attention to your reason why repeatedly throughout this short class. So make that a practice. Let's bring that intention and that effort, that strength, that stability with us for the rest of our day. So let's take that, what we've built up here on our mat, and bring it with us into the challenges that lie ahead for us. So I'm really grateful you showed up here to work with me, to allow yourself to be guided by me. I hope you feel some sense of gratitude for your own effort and your ability to stick with it and push yourself. I really appreciate your energy and your effort in uplifting yourself. May we open to awareness for the benefit of all beings. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, friends. I hope to see you on the mat again in the near future. Thanks so much.